Good evening. Raw recovery. There we go. Okay. Slow. That might not be good. I accidentally turned off my computer. I unplugged it. So I had to restart everything. So it took a few minutes, but a few minutes can seem forever sometimes, huh? Huh. Especially when you're waiting to get what you want. Kind of like, you know, you're withdrawing from alcohol and you go to the hospital and they make you wait and wait, wait. Oftentimes, they may not even give you anything for it. Yeah. Do it too often, they'll call you a pill seeker when really you're just. I was just looking for help, and nobody would help me. You know, um, you know, it can be hard in recovery because there's a lot of times people ask for help, but nobody responds. That one, that one probably hurts. It hurts, man. I had 23 downloads yesterday. What the hell happened? I know I did some weird stuff, but yeah, you know what? Yay. Yay. Good for me. It tells me maybe I should do my podcast more. Maybe I should accidentally post more stuff. Let's do some introductions. Go ahead and do that. I didn't really tell anybody I was live or anything. I didn't really put it out. We will see if, because like um, I'll tell people that I'm live, but it's like the third, fourth time today. I don't want to inundate them with my stuff. So this is one of those ones where it's going to get out there the way that it needs to get out there. I'm trusting God on this one. Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. This has more to do with honesty. A couple people have lied to me lately for no reason, no good reason, no good reason. And it's a tough one. If we're gonna do stuff together, I got you. You need to be honest with me, right? I may not figure it out right away, but I'll know. I'll know eventually. Um, so we're going to go to how it works, page 58. Page 58. Um, this is our usual reading, and there's a reason for it. We think it's for the newcomer. Is it? Yeah. But it's also a reminder for you and me. I'm 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 still working on this. Aren't you? I am. You bet. You bet. All right. So rarely, we all know what rarely means. Do you know what it means? It means not very often, very few. So what they're saying is there are very few people who do not make it that thoroughly follow the program, that follow the path. Now, it says rarely we've seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path, right? And that doesn't mean you need to follow their exact path. What they're saying is follow the suggestions in the book. And if you do them in order, your life will change. It will. If you do the work, the only outcome is change. That is the outcome of this work. Okay. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually, men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. I've physically written there. So I'm physically incapable of being honest with you or myself. Hmm. I think lying is one of the harder things that we alcoholics go through. Okay? Don't lie. Just don't. Okay? There's nothing wrong with the truth. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay? This isn't easy. But it's true. If I look back from when I was born, I was never honest with my parents. Well, I was once. I was once. Then they locked me up. It was a long time before I was honest with them again. Even now, I don't tell them. I don't. Yeah. Well, my mom, I do. So that's not true. I tell her, I'll tell her anything. I don't mind. I'm not doing stupid shit anymore, so I don't mind telling her. Right. By the way, I know you stopped following me, mother. She doesn't listen to this anymore. I don't blame her. I would not want to come on and listen to my kid do this all the time. That would drive me crazy. But I know she's not following me anymore because I've tagged her and she's not responding. I'm not hurt by it. It's, I get it. Trust me. I would drive me crazy too, a little bit if I was my parent. You bet. Uh, I was pretty fucking needy, man. I was really, really needy. So they are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. We figured it out. You were born that way. You were born an alcoholic. You had no chance. You had no chance at all. The only thing standing in between you and a horrid life was a drink of alcohol. And even then, you don't need it. So, what does the alcohol do? Huh. The alcohol is a catalyst to your personality. The alcohol is the catalyst to the bullshit in your brain. That means it speeds it up. Okay? It's like putting gasoline on a fire. Okay? That's what happens when you are naturally incapable. So I'm already jacked up, and then I add alcohol. Now we're in insanity. That was it. That's all it took. Okay? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You did not make the choice to be an alcoholic. Well, I don't know that. Maybe we did. Maybe I was up in heaven. I'm like, hey, God, can you send me down there? Put me in this jacked up family and make me the black sheep and an alcoholic. I'd really like to see that experience. I may have said that. I don't know. These are the things that go through my mind. But does that make sense? What does that help me do? Well, it helps me remove blame. Yeah. See, the blame thing will not do you any good. Okay. Now, sometimes you may say something, it's going to happen. It happens to me. I correct myself. Where you're going to lie to save somebody's feelings. Okay. If that person finds out, you've hurt them twice as much. Now you've hurt them twice. One, for the action, and two, for the dishonesty. If How is this person going to trust you if you lie to them about something small? Then what are you going to do with something big? That's what goes through my mind. If you're going to lie about something small, then the big shit is not off limits. Okay? So just correct it. It's all right. It's not if it's going to happen, it's when. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands it rigorous honesty. Rigorous is an inside job, not outside. Okay? When it comes to honesty, brutal honesty is the outside. Brutal honesty does no good. I used to be brutally honest, and I was proud of it, and it was no good. Hi, Patricia. Good evening. It's good to see you. I like your picture. It's hard to see it from here. It almost looks like from this, and I know it's not, but it looks like you're standing in front of the Eiffel Tower because it's small and stuff. So I know it's not, but all right. Their chances are less than average. Than average of what? Of the other people out there, of what we call normal people. Okay. So normies for us means they're non-alcoholic, and I call them non-alcoholic. I'm trying to do that because they don't want to be called. Did you? I found something out. They don't like to be called normies. Did you know that? They don't like being called a name. Isn't that weird? Weird. Odd, huh? And then it covers people like me. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Yes, it happens. I tell you something though. These people right here actually do the work. These are the people. What they're saying is because it's all of us. If you are a chronic alcoholic like me, then you do have grave emotional and mental disorders. Sorry, but you do, and you might need therapy for that. That they're just trying to be nice, man. They're just trying to be nice and say, hey, maybe. But the people that admit it and do something about it, these are the people that recover. And they become our biggest advocates for AA. Why? Because not only have they overcome alcoholism, they've overcome many diseases, many mental illnesses that you're just not supposed to overcome. And in our world, we call that a miracle, right? This next part tells you how you should be telling your story. Okay. So I was taught, this is what I was taught, that once I hit a year of sobriety, I'm to tell my story in a speaker meeting every year for my birthday from then on. That seems to have gone away. We don't have enough speaker meetings in Colorado anyway. Okay. You're supposed to do that. Okay. And it hasn't been passed on. Okay. That's how you give it back. And how do you do it? Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. That's how you tell your story. That is my podcast right there. Okay. If you have decided you want what we have, and here's the key, and are willing to go to any length to get it, then and only then are you ready to take certain steps. That is a requirement. It's a requirement or it won't work. I'm telling you. If you can't give it all, if you cannot give it all, you ain't done. You're not done. You're not willing yet. Okay? That is not a challenge. Go talk to people that are coming into the program and they're 50 years old. Do you want to do that? Is that something you really want to do? It's not. I'm telling you. Hey, Gary, I put it in the group. I remember. Thank you earlier for helping me with that, Gary. I thought that was cool. See, trudging together will help. Don't come on here and threaten us for help, man, because we'll do it. Don't fuck around, right? We're people of action. You come complain to me, I'm going to give you the solution. At some of these we balk. Bark, 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 bark. That's what it sounds like. Bark, 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 bark. Some of these we balk. I sound like a freaking 2-year-old child who has no idea what he's talking about when I get caught in this. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. It does not exist. There is no easy, soft way. It doesn't exist. It's hard in and of itself. From there, you make it as hard as it needs to be. Okay? My friend Amber's been saying that a lot, and she's right. Okay? Hey Ben, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Okay. So some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go. Absolutely. Okay. All my best thoughts got me to AA. Left to my own devices, I will be drunk. Period. Fuck time. 20 minutes, I think, is about how long I can hold it off. Okay. But without help, it is too much for me. There was no person on this earth that could relieve me. There's no pill. There is no secret sauce. There is no easy, soft way. That's the point. Here's the problem. It doesn't matter how long you've been sober. Your brain will always look for the easier, softer way. That's why it's harder when you start to get 7, 8, 9 years. That's the true test. That's where most people go out. That's usually when people are like, I don't need these meetings as much. Oh, well, I skipped one before. Now I can skip another one. I'm telling you, and you must believe me, it is easier to skip the second meeting because you justified it once. Don't justify not going to a meeting. Oh, I don't have time. You had time to fucking put alcohol down your fucking throat. Okay? If it was alcohol, you would have found the fucking time. Period. I don't want to hear no fucking excuses. So it's not going to happen until you let go absolutely. I'm going to tell you something. Everything you think you need, you don't. You need air, water, and food. That's all you need to survive. You do not need shelter. Yeah. You don't win. We survived just fine without shelter for a long time. That is a want. It is a convenience. Internet, convenience. All of it, convenience. Not God's. This is man made. Time, man made. All right. I'm going a little. Okay, but you got to let it all go. All of it. You have to, that includes everybody in your life. Anything you put before your recovery, you will lose. Okay? Do not put your family before your recovery. Family is recovery. Oh, all right. So we just went to the church. A couple people showed up online. Nobody showed up for the AA meeting in person. Al-Anon kicked ass. My grandchildren, you know what? It went great. There was a reason for that meeting too. And the meeting was because one person needed to talk to another person in a safe space. And it just so happened they both showed up to the meeting. Ta-da! Thank you, God. Thank you. You want to know why? Because now I feel useful. Now I feel useful. Oh, go for it, Gary. Get the fuck out of here, man. Good luck. Thank you for your service. Remember, we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, powerful. It's also patient, and it's also smarter than you. I don't care what your IQ is, it's smarter than you. Without help, it is too much for us, but there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Okay. Alcohol is the devil, man. Spirits, much? Spirits. Spirits. Alcohol is a spirit. Half measures avail us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. That would be the third step. Hey, there we are. Half measures avail us nothing. Faith without works is dead. At some of these we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way. See, if you go through this book, you're going to see all the excuses that you fucking made, and you're like, oh shit, I'm busted. I'm caught. I got to do something about it now. That's why it works. That's why it works. I'm going to skip the steps. Many of us exclaim, what an order! I can't go through with it. Don't be discouraged. Okay. So I was a sales manager for a while, and people would come to me, hey, I got this. I have this big deal on the hook, right? I'm like, okay, great. Now you understand this is not going to close. You're not going to close this right away. You know this, right? Yeah, well, I know that it doesn't matter. It's what we call an elephant. Okay? And how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. AA is an elephant, a very big elephant, especially in the beginning. But when you're done, it's just a cute little horse or something. I don't know. Couldn't come up with something quick enough. I was trying to keep it in the mammal. That's all I was trying to do. Right? It is. But don't be discouraged. You got time. There's no rush. There's no rush. In fact, just yesterday, I was sitting with a sponsee. This is how fast God will answer. Okay. And we're doing a 6-step. We're in the 12 by 12 in the middle of the 6-step. And he gets a phone call. His hairstylist is going to be over in 15 minutes. And I said, well, all right, well, let's plow through this so we can get it done. And then his sound went out just like that. I mean, immediately, bam, sound gone. And God said, no, you're not. He said, no, you're not, Dion. No, you'll have to wait till next week when you get together again. It was the end of the conversation. Then his hairdresser showed up like 3 minutes later. Yeah, kind of funny, huh? That's God saying, yo, okay? And because he did that, God gave him a present today. It was cool. It was cool. All right. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We're not saints. The point is that we're willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter of the agnostics, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. A, we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human being could have relieved our alcoholism. Again, they're being nice. Could have, right? Until you realize that, nope. C, that God could and would if he were sought. All you need to do is seek. And seeking requires no action. I can sit right here doing nothing and I can ask God for help. Okay? So that's the deal. I ask God for help. He gives me the perfect release from alcoholism. Then the deal is, Dion, I've done that for you, but now you must work on yourself. You must make yourself a better person so that you can go out and I can do the same thing for them. Okay? Very simple. Not easy. Not soft. No. My higher power is not soft. Okay? Not mean to me either, though. Okay? Just assertive. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. And it's good to see you, too. I know it's 3 o'clock. I'm probably not going to see you much more. You know? But you got my number and stuff. It's funny because it even said suggested friends, and you were on there. I'm like, oh, awesome. I hit it. It's like, you don't know this person. Then why'd you suggest it? Jerks. I mean, all right. I love you.